The other time I posted a video about men making videos on how to manipulate women. Everybody got talking and be like, oh, this is why I'm going to stay single. Yeah, these manipulations are going to work for me. But then it didn't end there. Now I found another video, how to manipulate men. Ladies came to talk about how to manipulate men, and even few men were also saying how you can manipulate us to fall in love with you. It's an interesting video compilation, TikTok compilation that I put together. So let's go ahead and watch the videos together. At the end of the video, I'll be back with my own opinion.
How to manipulate men. Warning, do not just use these on just anyone. These are only for the F-boys and the boys that are ghosting you. So in that case, go right ahead. If he asks you, if you've ever been here, if you're at a restaurant, if you are at a store, if you're at a certain location, or if he asks you where you got that, a piece of jewelry or something that could have been a gift, a new technology thing, whatever it is, okay? If he asks you, have you been there or where'd you get that? Start giggling. Be mysterious. Be very weird by it. Like, make him super suspicious. Be like, whatever. And he'll be like, wait, why aren't you answering my question? It's a simple question. But you're making it sound as if there's more to the story. And if you want to be really toxic, you can say, don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Because then that's gonna convince him that somebody else took you there on a date or somebody else bought you that jewelry or whatever it was out of a present or a gift for you, assuming the gender or whatever that you're into bought it for you. So after that, he's gonna keep asking you, being like, what do you mean? Like, keep trying to poke the bear and poke you to like get the answers out of you. And you just keep having to like be giggly, be whatever, be like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who got it for me, whatever. Like, don't worry about it. And then at the end of that, some point he'll start dropping it and he'll start dropping the whole questions asked or whatever, but it'll still be in his head. So he'll still be thinking about it. So you might not get the exact same thing from him or being taken to that place or whatever it was, but you bet your butt that he's gonna get something for you or take you somewhere because he wants to be the person that you remember and have memories with and have gifts from and all that stuff. He doesn't want another man to have done that for you. So Jimmy's gonna act up and act right after this one.
When you make a guy feel like he's an option, he's going to be warm to you. But the moment you make a guy feel like he's everything to you, he's going to treat you like an option, right? So now let's say you gave him the cookie and now all of a sudden he's acting funny. You act funny as well because you make him feel like, well, your D wasn't that good. Manipulation. You calling him and you texting him and you feeling some type of way because he's acting funny after you gave him the cookie is only boosting his ego. It's only making him feel like, yeah, he's a man. You need to bring it down, sir, because your D wasn't even that good. It wasn't even the best.
You really want to make someone feel like shit for what they did to you? You come for their character. Okay, but you got to do this correctly. No reaction, completely unbothered. Because men expect you to act crazy and dramatic and emotional. And if you do, they're not going to feel bad. So pull it together. Now there's got to be a period of silence. They're going to be calling you like crazy, but you got to make them sweat it out. Go for the jugular. Their abandonment issues. Then, when you do finally call them back, we're still going to be completely unbothered. So cool, no reaction. And then we're going to hit him with the right hook. I'm not mad. I was never mad. Honestly, I'm just really disappointed. I thought you were better than this. I'm just disappointed in you. That's all. Stay toxic. This is the only way to actually get revenge on somebody. Let's say somebody cheats on you. Take the emotion out of it. We're playing long game. We're talking psychological damage. What you're not going to do, you are not going to go carry Underwood on their truck. Your reaction to his bad behavior is now weaponized against you. Yeah, I cheated, but did you see what she did to my car? I'm glad I cheated. She's crazy. She deserved it. You just turned the villain into the victim. We are going long game by creating an abandonment wound, by ghosting the fuck out of them. Block his number. If you live together, move out while he's at work. Commit to it. Move out of state. Nothing is going to drive a person more crazy than having to sit in the silence that comes with the consequences of their actions. They're going to drive themselves crazy. And you don't abandon people that you love. When you abandon somebody, you make them feel completely worthless and they will never get any closure. That's all the one that got away is too. Stay toxic.
How to actually manipulate men to getting what you want. Do you feel lately like he's pulling away and acting a little distant? Could be because he actually starts to like you. Don't chase him or overwhelm him with your affection. He's afraid and he actually wants it. Give him his space and he will come back to himself.
Get ready with me while I give you an example of how to manipulate a high-value man into spoiling you without asking him to spoil you. Let's say you want your partner to buy you expensive gifts. I mean, you could say, I want this, buy it for me. Or even worse, you could kick off and have a tantrum and say, so-and-so's boyfriend bought this for her, why won't you buy this for me? You never buy me anything nice. But all that's going to give off is desperate, unattractive energy. Doing that is not going to make him want to buy it for you. Men are logical, so they need to understand why they are buying this for you and how this is going to, in turn, benefit them. So instead, you would say, baby, I love how, with really successful men, you can tell just by looking at the woman that is beside him. When a woman is beautifully dressed, she has the nicest jewelry, the nicest bags, the nicest clothes, you can really tell the wealth of a man because of how well kept she is. And honestly, I think that elevates a man in so many other areas of his life. Like, let's say business dinners. If you bring me to a business dinner and I am so well dressed, I have the nicest bag, the nicest jewelry, the nicest shoes, this elevates your status as a man. And I feel like those are the types of men that other men want to do business with. Because now you look of such a higher caliber. If you can maintain a woman of this standard who looks so well put together, and that is all down to you, then of course you are someone who's capable and worthy of this high value business. Now, you've given him a logical reason as to why you having all of these expensive, nice, amazing items are going to elevate not just you, but also benefit him and in turn make him more money in the long run. Now in his head, he's thinking, wow, this makes so much sense. Not only will you get spoiled with everything you could ever want, but now he will cherish you and value you even more for showing him a different perspective. That makes logical sense.
Welcome to How to Gaslight and Manipulate Men, Part 21. This one is called The Big Short. Trigger warning, this is not for girls who want a relationship or he's so nice, I think we have a connection. No, this is for girls who want to gaslight and manipulate and get what they want. So you're going to want to agree to a date that he sets, and then 10 minutes before the date, you're going to flake on him. Say something came up, like your job wants you to work late, or your homegirl just broke up with her boyfriend and you need to be there for her. And here's the kicker, you're not going to provide a means to reschedule, and you're just going to leave the ball in his court. If he continues to text you and eventually asks you to hang out again, you could tell that this man is open for an emotional finesse. Why? Because you just displayed you had no respect for his most valuable resource, his time. And he just showed how much time he's willing to double down and invest in you. And guess what? You're not going to give him a return on his investment. Follow to figure out how to engage his emotions to become the whirlwinding siren of his nightmares.
How to make a man obsessed with you. Now, if you guys have a history, it's going to be a lot harder. And you might need some one-on-one coaching for that. Here's the key. He needs to feel like he is lucky to have you at all times. There needs to be some attraction, but you cannot get obsessed with your looks. There's a huge difference between girls we want to sleep with and a girl we want to wife. We do not want to wife the girl just because she is hot. Your independence is literally the most important thing. You cannot compromise your time, your schedule, your things for this man. Do not give up your intentions. What is the purpose of locking down a girl when you know she's obsessed with you already? Treat him like he's your ugly guy best friend. You know the energy I'm talking about. Why do you think your friend is obsessed with you? You're not putting him on a pedestal. You cannot sleep with him right away. You can't. Listen, you have no idea his intentions, his effort, his energy if you sleep with him right away. And just because you gave it up once doesn't mean you'll do it again. Do not use words to explain yourself. Always use actions. No contact and actions. Hold your dignity at any sign of disrespect. Now here's the twist. All this advice is great for finding the avoidant partner. And what I have found in my experience is that most men are truly avoidant. So I still think that there are things that you could take. But if you don't want to play games, you don't want to hide your intentions, you don't want to hold your independence, guess what? You could find a secure partner. You could find a secure man. But the only thing is he might not have the spark. He might not have all the check boxes on your list. But at least he'll give you loyalty and at least he'll give you peace. It's your choice, sweetheart.
This is how to manipulate someone by love bombing them. Do not use this strategy on anyone. I am only telling you this so that you can become aware and realize if it's happening to you and know when to get out. This happened to me, so I'm going to tell you my personal story as well. Stage 1 is the date. So they're going to take you out. They don't really know if you're the perfect target just yet, but they're still going to wine and dine you on the first date. So they're going to really impress you. But you're not going to trust them right away because they're just another person you're going on a date with. Nothing's new. You don't just trust anyone right away. But they will take that as a challenge. Wait a second, I'm going to get this person, you, to trust me and to do whatever I say. That's the challenge in their mind. So what they're going to do is move on to the next stage, which is the gifting stage, which is they literally will give you physical gifts, things that they know you will be head over heels for. So on that first date, and maybe some other dates that you might have, they will ask you so many questions about you and get to know you, get you to open up enough so that they can understand what they can do to make you happy, know what your weaknesses are, know what your strengths are, and also know what you want in a partner. And then they will basically shapeshift into that partner to please you and make you feel like you have found the one. Does that make sense? It's twisted. Okay, so after you start to receive these gifts, and these gifts are all things that you're like, oh my gosh, how did they know that I would want this? Things that really hit home for you, okay? Then, all of a sudden, you're going to start to trust this person more because the more gifts you receive, the more you trust them. And I don't want to make this a monetary thing, but the gifts could also just be spending time together, okay? And that's the other part of the third stage, which is they are with you all the time. And when you are with someone enough, you start to become comfortable with them, right? It's just they're a part of your routine. So if they are around enough and you begin to become comfortable, that also means you're opening up to trust them, be vulnerable. And that is when they move to the next stage. Stage 4 is all about the hot and cold behavior. So now that they know, well, I have you wrapped around my finger. I know what you like. I know what your weaknesses are. I know what your strengths are. And I know what you want out of a partner. That's when they're I'm going to use you now and see what this works. So they just disappear, or they just flip 180. Their behavior towards you is not the same. For example, maybe one day, instead of always making plans for the weekend, they just there's no plans whatsoever. They just disappear. Or maybe you guys text every day and all of a sudden there's nothing. And you're what just happened? Or maybe you went on a vacation together and you get back from the vacation and there's no communication. And you're this isn't what they normally do. What's going on? This is when your normal anxious attachment style would kick in. Or if you're securely attached and this bugs you, this is when you would start to grow an anxious attachment style because of their behavior. It's fucked. Okay, so now they're cold, right? They're out of the picture. They are just doing God knows what, okay? And you're kind of they're going to come back. I know they're going to come back. All of a sudden, they do. They text you again. They want to go on a date with you again. And whatever it is, they return back into your life. And all of a sudden, you're calm again. You're oh, they're back. It's okay. I can breathe again, okay? And then all of a sudden, now they know that you're very happy to see them. They're mixing pleasure and pain. That's the secret sauce. All of a sudden they're I'm going to give you more pain. So then they do the same thing again. They disappear, but maybe it might be for a longer time. Okay. And then they come back and then you're even more happy to see them because it's you feel as if you don't have the drug being them in your life. And so when they do return, you're oh my God, this feels so good. And you're extra happy to see them. Okay. Maybe they cut the gifts as well. If they were giving you so many gifts or they were spending a lot of time with you, those two things, if they just cut those out of nowhere, that's the cold behavior. And then you're what's going on? So they either give you another gift and that's their hot behavior, when they're back, or they're let's hang out, or let's go get dinner, or whatever. And they want to spend time with you, and that's the hot behavior again. So that process goes back and forth multiple times until you become addicted to them. The name of the game with love bombing is you get your target. This is what the guy that I dated did to me. You get your target, which was me, unfortunately, so addicted to you by understanding who they are, making them feel extremely loved, understanding the weaknesses and the strengths, and then using those against your target. In this case, it was me. That's how you play with their mind. And then You just pull away and you come back. You pull away and you come back. It's a hot, cold behavior. And the target will start to get used to the hot, cold behavior and know that whenever you go hot or whenever you go cold and there's pain involved, they know that pleasure will follow at some point. They don't know when, but it will. And that's why so many people stay with really bad partners, because they are in this terrible pleasure pain cycle, and it's hard to get out of, because it's like, if I'm in the pain era, pleasure just has to follow, so I'm going to stick through this. But little do you know, it's like this person is low-key manipulating you. Love bombers sometimes don't even know that they're love bombing you, but the ones that do are vicious, and you should definitely stay away from them, because they're probably narcissists, and messing around with a narcissist is just a recipe for disaster, and you're going to waste so much energy and so much of your life for this person that is not going to be a good match for you. I guarantee it. Let me know if you want a part 2. I know this video is kind of long. Okay, I love you. Bye.
OMG. It's your girl Maria David here, and you all, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to manipulate men. Let me know what you think. Do you think this manipulation will work on men or not? Let me know your thoughts, your opinion, your suggestion down in the comment section. For me, one thing I've noticed about this manipulation tactics to men is it's mostly doing what they are doing to us, you do it back to them. You know, if you pay attention to, if you really dated, like, you know, you've been in the dating pool for a long time, you would know the way this man manipulates. You know, you as in you can just get it. Okay, so when you use that same tactic on them, it works. I feel like that is what almost everybody's just saying. Like, and one important thing they say is just ignore. Always try to feel unbothered, like you're not bothered. Even if you're bothered to death, you act like I'm unbothered, like I don't care, but you care. That is an interesting manipulation tactics to use on this man. And this love bombing thing, I feel like this particular manipulation tactic on love bombing thing has happened to literally everybody, because while I was watching that one, I was just remembering a lot of love bombing manipulation tactics that have been done to me back in the years. They act like, oh no, they get you to be like, want them, they show that they love you, then at the end of the day they'll just withdraw, and you'll be like, what happened? What did I do wrong? What happened? Then they come back again, they go back. These love bombing manipulation tactics, I feel like it should be the top tier, because they use it a lot. And if you use it for them, if probably you yourself you're acting like then you just withdraw, like I'm unbothered. I feel it's gonna work for them. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Do you have any manipulation tactics to use on how to manipulate men? You all know that these men manipulate us a lot. If you're not aware, you should better be aware now. There was a video that, in short, there's a guy that has a playlist on how to manipulate women in different situations. It's not just in just a video, different situation that works. Say how to even manipulate somebody when they know that you're manipulating them. Like, it was crazy. It has so many manipulation videos. It was crazy about manipulating women, and people are watching, men are learning. So aside from the old video, they've been manipulating us even before TikTok came. So if women do not start manipulating men now, I don't know what we're doing, because we have to be the ones, we have to be carried first in this manipulation game, because we just have to. They've manipulated us enough. It's now our time to manipulate them. Let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section, and thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and kindly turn on the post notification bell when you subscribe, so you can get notified when I upload interesting video like this one. I am saying you should subscribe, because the statistic is showing that my viewers are not subscribing. I don't know, subscribe, it will kill you. And just turn on the post notification bell so that when I upload a new video, bam, You'll just see the notification on your phone and you click and watch. Support your girl, okay? I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.